Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video we are going to be talking about the Dembele saga. I know that this does get a little bit tiring because it is going very similar to what did happen between Neymar and FC Barcelona, but we do have some very interesting details regarding Dembele's fiasco with this club, and that is what we are going to be doing in this video, is talk about the story to have more clarification, to understand the stance on Barcelona's part, on Dembele's part, and especially the agent's part, which we are going to be discussing for the rest of this video. So before we go into the rest of this video, I do want to talk about the OneFootball app. The OneFootball app is the best football app you could find within the App Store when it does come to the latest player transfer news or team news or player stats or team stats. All of that is going to be compact within the OneFootball app. The OneFootball app is your best football app to keep track of anything you do want to follow regarding a player or a club. And for those of you guys who are in the UK, you guys can see game highlights when it comes to your favorite match. So if you guys do want to watch highlights of Barcelona, Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, any of those Spanish La Liga teams, that is going to be compact within the OneFootball app. To scan the barcode on the screen, you guys can use your phone, or you can click on the link that will be in the description box down below, and it'll take you straight to the OneFootball app, and then you'll be set and done from there. But now let's get back into the video. So just to give everyone a clear idea with Dembele's situation, earlier today Dembele and Xavi Hernandez had a meeting together during the training session. They were talking and they were basically discussing that Dembele is very important to Barcelona, that Xavi does need him, and this is what Sport had to say, and I quote: "Dembele has once again informed to Xavi of his willingness to accept a new deal at the Camp Nou. The player told the coach that he feels very comfortable at Barcelona and even thanked Xavi for the confidence given to him." So it is clear that Dembele does want to stay at this club. Xavi does want to make Dembele a leader within this club. So there is a good and healthy agreement between these two people here. But hours later, we had the agent, who is named Sissoko, who has spoken out about Dembele's situation, and he added basically more gas to the fire. And this is what he had to say earlier today, and I quote: "We don't know what will happen. There is nothing agreed or signed, but the Barca leaders are losing Dembele on their own. From the beginning, we have shown willingness to speak with conditions, but without closing the door. They cannot use the threat that Dembele will spend 6 months without playing if he does not renew now. It's a kind of pressure that does not work against people like us. Maybe it works against other agents, but not against me." So let's really pay attention to this statement here, because the fact that this agent has spoken to the media and said these type of words after knowing that Dembele and Xavi had an agreement that sportingly there is a future, it just shows you that the agent wants this player out more than the player itself. This agent is looking for a bigger contract from Barcelona, a contract where they could come close to a 40 million a year deal or a 200 million 5-year deal with Barcelona. That is basically the goal that the agent wants to do for the player and especially for himself. And that is why we did hear the agent speak on Dembele's situation after Dembele and Xavi had the meeting. It just seems like the agent is really just interested in himself. He does want to make sure that the player and the club do part ways. Like, if we were to look at these two things and the time that it did happen, it just really does seem like the agent does want the player and the club to be apart and as much as possible. And look, here's the thing, right? I understand that the money is very important. Like, everybody loves money. Everybody wants as much money as they can. I also try my best to run this business and run this business well when it comes to Barca media, and I'm sure that everyone here would love to have 40 million euros given out to them like every season. But when you know that the club that you are working for is going through a very difficult moment, and you know that you have been given a contract where if you do play well you will earn more, and the fact that you still want to reject that because the only thing that you do want to see is big upfront cash, that just shows you that you're doing bad business. Like, there is a way to make it to the top. This right here, what's currently going on, it is not the way. Like, Barcelona is no longer that club where they're going to be handing out big contracts to players that do not show anything. The way that Barcelona is working right now when it comes to handing out big contracts is you have to show first that you are someone very important in this club. Then they will give you a big contract, a higher salary. This is why Barcelona have no hesitation on giving Ronald Araujo a big salary, because he does deserve it. He has shown it on the field. You look at Dembele, and yes, is he bringing in great momentum? Is he finally finding his form? He is, but over the past 4 years, he has done nothing to prove it on why he should be earning 40 million euros per season. season. So I have a feeling, right? This is where we are going to be going into greater detail regarding this agent, but I do have a feeling that this is going to end sadly for both the player Dembele, who wants to stay, who wants a future in this Barcelona club, and for the club itself. Because if we go back about 2 years ago, this agent of Dembele, named again Sissoko, he did used to manage Camavinga, right? Let's really pay attention to what I'm saying here. He used to manage Camavinga because back in the summer of 2020, there was like a opera, like it's something so dramatic, a very big story regarding Camavinga and him leaving his previous club to go to Real Madrid. And the OneFootball app has given out a great summary of what did happen on that summer. So I'm going to read it to you guys here. The agent of Rennes, midfielder Camavinga, has encouraged an offer from Real Madrid. Despite Rennes qualifying for the Champions League and previous suggestions that Camavinga was willing to stay for next season, which was going to be the 2020-2021 season. But the agent has made it known the youngster is prepared to leave this summer. Then if we look at these last 3 statements here, I really want you guys to pay attention towards this. Sissoko has effectively fired a warning at Madrid's president Florentino Perez that if he doesn't act now, then Camavinga could end up at a European rival. Florentino's recent comments about a limited transfer budget for the summer market wasn't appreciated by the agent, and he's now let it be known they're not prepared to wait for Real Madrid. PSG, Barcelona, Liverpool, United have all asked Rennes about Camavinga since the turn of the year. So if we look at this story and how this story basically played out in that summer of 2020, you look at the agent and what he did towards Real Madrid. He threatened Real Madrid and said, look, I don't care if you're going through a financial hole right now. What we want is what we want. And he basically threatened Real Madrid exactly how he threatened FC Barcelona. It's the exact same story. Now, what ended up happening on that summer was Camavinga not moving to a different club. He stayed within that club, which was Rennes, his previous club. He continued through the 2020-2021 season, but throughout that season, Camavinga and the father fired their agent, which is Dembele's current agent, and the father took over of Camavinga's move to any other European club. And now, today, Camavinga has signed with ICM Stellar Sports, and they're going to be taking care of the rest. So basically, Sissoko never made a deal on transferring Camavinga to Real Madrid, and he lost a lot of money. And because he did lose a lot of money on that deal, now I do believe, right, this is my speculation, is that he does want to make a very big deal with Dembele. And then that is where the question does come in. Why doesn't Dembele fire his current agent like the way Camavinga did? And now to just basically close this story down, it does say here, according to 21 Marty, Barcelona have decided that tomorrow is the last day of Dembele's soap opera. If there is no response from the player's agent by tomorrow at 11:59 p.m., the club will officially consider negotiations broken and finished. And so again, what I have been doing throughout this video is basically putting all of these stories together into one and basically assuming, right, speculating what the agent actually wants. I don't expect Barcelona to make Dembele sit down for the rest of this season. I think that what the agent was basically talking to was to the media, because the media do like to make these stories. But in the end, it's just very sad to see that Dembele is stuck in this situation. Again, I would really love to know those contract details on what Dembele and the father could do, because if they were open to a choice where they could fire their current agent, I really suggest for them to do so, because right now what's currently going on, it is not okay. And the fact that Dembele does want to stay at Barcelona and Xavi does want to back this player and keep him for like 4 to 5 to 6 years, that is something that should be happening. That is something that the player deserves because of his great momentum that he has been bringing and what Barcelona do deserve. But that is basically where everything currently does stand regarding Barcelona's stance, the agent's stance, and where Dembele does think he should be at. He wants to be in Barcelona. But whatever does happen within these next 24 hours, we are going to be talking about it here in this YouTube channel. That is going to be wrapping up today's Barcelona daily news. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are new here, welcome to the channel. Please like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys in the next video.